But I want to just kind of get started just chatting a little bit about the Lenten season, because many of you are passing on the meat and reaching for the veggies and perhaps the fish. So I thought, well, how about we save you just a little bit of time searching for those recipes and offer you a meatless dish that you can actually make tonight. So we invited Chef Bernie Kantak from Citizens Public House to make a Korean pear salad and a scallop dish. It sounds absolutely delicious.
Thank you.
And I know a lot of people are, in fact, looking for those meatless dishes, things that, you know, aren't the ordinary, something that kind of adds something new. But if you have something at home that you love, let us know on Facebook, and we'll talk about it throughout the show today. But what are the basic ingredients that we're working with? Because we've got two different recipes here.
Well, with the scallops, it's really, really simple, straightforward. Scallops, corn, hominy grits, butter, salt, pepper, a little Coca-Cola, a little balsamic vinegar.
Coca-Cola, like Coke?
Coca-Cola.
Really?
Going to make a gastrique, which is something sweet and something acidic mixed together and reduced.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are we going to start with the scallops, or are we going to
start with the scallops?
Okay. Our quick tips for scallops so that people enjoy them. We were kind of just chatting right before we came on live, and we were talking about some people think, oh, I don't like scallops. And you said that's by and large because they're not eating ones that have been prepared properly.
Yeah, you really don't want to cook them too long. Otherwise, they're going to get a little tough, a little rubbery. And they don't take very long to cook at all.
Okay.
Really,
just a couple minutes?
Yeah, like medium rare. You don't really want to go past medium rare, to be honest.
That's when we get that chewy kind of rubbery consistency.
Yeah. So we got those in a hot pan, and we're going to get a nice crust on each side. Over here. There's my hot pan.
We were struggling with the stove before we got started. Now it's warm.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we poured a little bit of cream in there.
And chicken stock. And this is the grits. Gonna whisk those in.
Now, I mean, this is just a plain old, nothing fancy, just plain old grits that we have in the morning.
Yep.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can't find them, you can also use polenta.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is a little bit of roasted corn, and I just threw this on the grill for a couple minutes. Kind of caramelize the kernels, and it's still fairly crunchy, so it's really sweet. And
tell me, can you tell me a little bit about your restaurant?
We just opened 8 weeks ago. We're on the southwest corner of 5th Avenue and Craftsman Court in downtown Scottsdale.
Perfect. Yes. I like mine just like that. You're using a little olive oil over there, right?
A little bit of olive oil.
How would you describe the ambiance over at your restaurant?
Very casual. We kind of designed it after our relative's house growing up. So we have a lot of family pictures from the 20s and 30s, and it's kind of like going to your friend's house for dinner instead of going out for dinner.
For those who have not had grits, let's go ahead and explain how you prepare them, you know, what they are, and those sorts of things.
Grits are ground corn. Well, actually ground hominy. Excuse me.
And you basically just put water and you just let it sit.
Yep,
you bring the water, or their liquid to a boil.
Yeah, you can use water, you can use milk. I use heavy cream and chicken stock. And you cook it just like you would cream of wheat.
And I think it makes perfect sense to add that fresh roasted corn in, because we're dealing with the same kind of, you know, base of flavors.
A little bit of pepper.
So we've had
salt.
a couple minutes. You think our scallops are ready? How would we know? And let's remind people. You're brave enough to touch them, but is there a visual cue that we can look for on our scallops?
It really takes 60 to 90 seconds, depending on how big they are for each side.
Okay. And those are what size?
These are U10s.
U10s.
So there's under 10 to a pound. But really, if you just kind of squeeze the side, and if it springs right back, they're pretty much done.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. I don't want to burn myself.
I'm going to get these out of the pan.
I don't want to let you wrap up the segment, though, without telling me a little bit about this, because I know you're going to still add a couple extra ingredients, but I want to make sure that we jump. Now that we've got those off the burner, can we talk about this just a little bit?
Yep. That's our Korean pear salad with Blue Sky Farms arugula, spiced pecans, pickled red onion, and aged goat Gouda.
How do you do the pickled red onion?
Take some red wine vinegar, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of pickling spice, bring it to a boil, put the onions in there, bring it back to a boil, take it off the stove, let it cool, and let it sit overnight.
Is it a
Super
labor
easy.
of love a bit? I mean, does it take a little time?
No,
No,
super
okay.
easy.
Okay,
Everything
good.
I do is pretty easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to our sauce. I can't wait till we put the Coke in it.
We're going to put a little bit of butter, just a little. We're doing it for Lent, no meat, so gotta
Okay.
have some fun.
A little bit.
A little bit.
And when you're using the Coca-Cola, you're using that specifically because of that flavor?
We're making a
Or
gastrique,
would
so
any other type of soda work?
yeah.
Or-
Well, at the restaurant we use Red Rock Cola. You could use Dr. Pepper.
I was wondering. I mean, I thought
You
that would
could
be kind of a dumb
use-
question, but I was wondering if you
Yeah,
could.
absolutely. Yeah, I love Dr. Pepper.
You know, I'm from Texas, and when you go to the restaurant and you order something to drink, you'll say, I'll have a Coke. And then they'll say, what kind? Because everything is Coke. So,
Yep.
so that's kind of partially where that came from, is the background of going, okay, well, he's using Coca-Cola, but does he mean really Coca-Cola, or does he mean Dr. Pepper, or does he mean, like, cherry cola? Now, again, let's remind us why we're using this, because it seems like such an unusual and unpredictable.
Well, we want add a little bit of acid to the dish.
Okay.
And what we're making is a gastrique, which is acid and something sweet mixed together and reduced.
And what does that do by adding those two flavors?
Oops.
That's okay.
Acid kind of brightens every dish up.
Okay.
You want salt, you want acid.
Okay.
So that's our
That's
acid.
what it's going to do.
Yep.
So we've added it in. We're going to bring it to a slight boil, and then what are we going to do?
We're going to let it reduce. We're going to take some snow pea greens.
May I try one?
Absolutely.
What do they taste like? I've never tried
They
one.
taste just like snow peas. You can get them
Really?
actually at the Chinese Cultural Center.
Oh my gosh.
Cool, huh?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. You can do salads with
Salad
them.
with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that in salad.
I
easily.
really like them in soup.
Do you cut them up or just leave them with the big stems and everything?
Stems and all.
Okay. So we're starting to see this reduce just a little bit. I'm going to have you fast forward and just for TV purposes, tell us kind of where we're going to go with this.
Okie dokie.
So that's going to be served just as a side. Back to our grits. They're essentially ready. And then describe
Grits,
the
right.
flavors that people will be enjoying when they try this meatless recipe.
This was actually inspired from succotash, corns and peas.
Okay.
So there's your corn, there's your peas.
Perfect.
And,
then
the richness of the scallops.
the reduction would go on drizzled on top.
Yep. At the restaurant, we do this with a little bit of bacon on top. But,
Everything tastes
better with bacon.
better with bacon.
I have the
Everything.
best
As you
bacon.
finish plating that up, what I'm going to do is read a little bit of information about how people can get out to you. Because again, you just opened 8 weeks ago, the Citizen Public House. It's over on 5th Avenue. You see the exact address right there in Scottsdale, and you can give them a call at 480-398-4208. Back out here, you can take a look. This is the finished product, and I must try just a little tiny bit. Just a little tiny bit.
You have to get a little bit of everything.
Everything. Gotcha. Okay. He wants the full.
I got rules.
Bite. You cannot offer your opinion unless you eat the right bite.
How'd I do?
Love it. I love the reduction on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. A little bit of salty, a little bit of sweet.
Yep.
Perfect. Love it. Okay. Coming up after the break, we're going to show you